silly, don't be foolish. Just we're out here to have fun. And at the end of the day, I know Wi-Fi is not the same. I know it's not the same. Trust me, I get that.
But it's better than dying.
And it's better than nothing, to say the least, that we have this. It's not like we don't have tournaments at all. And I know it's not the same. I know it's not as easy to set up. I know it's not as fun. I know you don't want to be, you know, some salty kid in your room because you can't even fist bump anybody after you lose and you go 0-2, losing to a Yoshi and a Belmont.
My hand.
Yeah, you can't even do that. Like, woo! Oh, good games, bro. Oh, good get. No, I know that's not there. It ain't worth it. And speaking of what ain't worth it, I'm not sure how worth it it's going to be to go specifically Squirtle against Monopoly Man, unless your Squirtle is on point, which Smallleft is saying that his is, in fact, is. He's saying that his...
Again, in my opinion, at least from what I know about the scene, best player in Hawaii. He has been competing quite often in Team Liquid's Juice Box series and consistently placing top 8 in those tournaments over players like Best Ness, MK Leo, Raven King. We've already seen a lot of these guys on stream today, and Smallleft can contend with the best of them. In fact, he, general consensus again, Pandarian, best Pokemon trainer in the world. Smallleft has outplaced him twice at these tournaments.
Jeez. And he's already, you know, he's already about to lap Monopoly Man in percent on his first stock already. I mean, he got Monopoly Man's first stock so early.
He got
put him in the perfect position.
Called
it was a
out.
reverse neutral air into the Vine Whip, you know, the Pokemon trainer, the Ivysaur Classic, I should say. And now it's looking like the Charizard is out, so he doesn't have to worry about dying as much, and he's still got that good old Campbell's chicken noodle gimp ability on the part of him. If he is able to get Ryu off the level, what with that massively powerful and disjointed back air in Charizard's back air, to say the least. And just touching Charizard's shield, my friend, even if it's, oh god, even if it's just like the little tiniest hit of your pinky toe. You know, Charizard just got back from like the, you know, the pedicure's office and everything. He just got his nails done. No, doesn't matter. Just the tiniest little scratch, and that's all it's going to take for Charizard to be able to up-beat you out of shield. So you got to watch your buttons if you're at kill percent against Ivysaur. Against Charizard, I should say.
I'm curious who knocked Smallleft to losers. It was Sharp. The man himself, the master of many characters. So Sharp knocking Smallleft to losers in top 32 qualifier. Just waited here for Monopoly Man to come meet him. Monopoly Man was knocked to losers much earlier. I'm going to check against who. Oh! Monopoly Man was knocked to losers by Smallleft in winners round 2 of this bracket.
Oh my god.
His very first game of the bracket, Smallleft was the one who knocked Monopoly Man to losers. He made it all the way back here, going 10-1, just to be faced with Smallleft again.
Oh my god. What you are saying right now is that Monopoly Man, we are potentially witnessing either the comeback of the century for Monopoly Man or him getting double eliminated from playing for Pride by Smallleft.
9 games later.
Oh my god,
this is the anime revenge arc right here. Just imagine, like, you lose to this insanely good Pokemon trainer player in round 2 of winners of a tournament, and you go, all right, he was really good, but I can still do this. And you make the losers run. You beat 9 people in a row, only to be faced with the same guy who knocked you earlier.
I mean, I guess mathematically that's just eventually going to happen again if these things are bracketed in the way that they are. But still, that's absolutely crazy. He's going to have the potential to get double eliminated here by Smallleft. I mean, we're not crossing that bridge yet. I mean, he's doing a pretty good job at, what am I trying to say here?
Making this...
Doing a pretty good job stalling his recovery.
Yeah.
I was going to say stalling his recovery to make sure he doesn't get hit by the down air. And then right there, that was actually a beautiful play from both players right there. Monopoly
Let's watch
Man...
that again.
Yeah, check this out. Look at what Monopoly Man does here. He actually chooses to do the beefy up B right there to make sure he's able to put a hitbox past the ledge, and he does it again here because he knew that he was too low to just grab the ledge to be able to beat out the Ivysaur down air. He knew that if he just went for the regular one there, it was going to poke through the stage, and it was going to kill him at, you know, whatever percent he chose, whatever percent he was at. So he knew that that was pretty much his only option there. Unfortunately for Monopoly Man, though, so did Smallleft, and he knew that it was going to put him in not the worst position right back on the platform where he dropped through to be able to get that giant hitbox up air to close that game. 1 game away from advancing to
top
losers
32.
Semifinals of, oh no, not losers semifinals. This is top 32 for them immediately after this.
Top 32 qualifier.
Okay, so it's quarters. My mistake. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I do want to
fixing
point
my
out,
dum-dum.
we talked earlier about this a lot with Meister. That whole, you're not playing bad, I'm making you play bad. Smallleft does the same thing. Like you mentioned right there, he forced Monopolyman into the situation where he would have to take that option or he would have no chance of winning. Smallleft knew it. Like you said, Smallleft knew that that was his only option right there. And he was ready for it. And he was ready to punish it.
That he was, my friend. That
we are
he
going
was.
to, by the way, we are going to Battlefield for game 2. Smallleft banned Kalos and Smashville.
Ooh. I was gonna say it was all about that conditioning, but right now in the part of Monopolyman, it's looking like it's all about that stage counterpick instead. It's very, very interesting to see a Shoto player choose to go here instead. And the reason I say that is because on a stage like this, it's a lot more, what am I trying to say here? Battlefield actually has some of like the biggest blast zones out of all the legal stages that we have right now. Not the highest vertical ones that still goes to town, but it's pretty high up regardless. Ryu loves to kill off the top, what with his Shoryu and his Shoryu setups, of course, out of down tilt, out of, you know, his strong tilts, whatever hits Ryu is able to get on you. But here, he's actually not going to kill with that move as early here, especially on a character like Charizard. So I think that in itself just kind of goes to show that Monopolyman definitely chose to go to this stage specifically because of the layout. He probably wants to catch Smallleft's landings easier because of the triplats. He probably wants Smallleft to have less space and like less space to run away and have like more of a confined battlefield to fight a character like Ryu on against Monopolyman, because, you know, dealing with Ryu's hitboxes and just his priority and his powerful hitboxes is already a pretty hard thing to do no matter what. But on a stage where you have less terrain to be able to get around it, especially on the bottom main platform, it's going to be a little difficult in that regards. I think Monopolyman definitely chose to go here as that neutral air takes the stock. Wow. For the confined space, but so far,
great job.
It's not working
so
out
far
for him.
By Smallleft. Again, we were talking about this, we were both talking about this a second ago. These forced mistakes are insane to watch Smallleft set up. You can see, like, if you look at the background right there, you see the Pokemon trainer skating around. If you look really closely at her eyes, you can see the matrix passing through, where she can see everything that's about to happen next and pick the perfect option to punish for it.
Down, down,
Mood music.
Mood music. And now here you go. Charizard is out in full force because the percent is high enough to warrant that. And we're actually, never mind. Those two down airs from each side of the from each platform. Never mind. Assure you will definitely kill now. Yeah, I was going to say, before those down airs, it wouldn't.
He needs to land the Shoryu first, and he's having a lot of trouble getting in the first place to do anything, because Smallleft is doing such a beautiful job of using those tail hitboxes to box him out. Finally connecting with the kill using Tatsumaki, which is safe on shield for those of you who don't know. So great use of the move right there, knowing it was going to kill due to the super high percent that Smallleft was at, and making fantastic use of it to finish off that first stock.
Ooh, man. See him whipping out the parry, call him Parry the Platypus right now, but it didn't even matter because Monopolyman just decided to Tatsumaki Senpugyaku right through it. Just didn't even care about that. Sakurai, buff parrying, please.
Parry the Platypus. It just made me think of it as soon as you said it.
Yeah, I stole that joke from a friend of mine. What's up, Wise Guy? Shoutouts to you.
Shoutouts to whoever. Oh, you said Wise Guy? Shoutouts to Wise Guy, who Nintendo steals all of his jokes from Little Nintendo.
So, yo, that is only mostly not true. Shoutouts to the tri-state area. Anyway.
Shoutouts to the entire state.
The entire state.
The tri-state area.
Oh man, Doofenshmirtz for Smash. Back air is going to do it from below the platform. Beautiful stuff. That wasn't even actually the strong hit of what am I trying to say here? Charizard's back air. I mean, the thing is, Charizard's back air is pretty much strong no matter what, but on the tip of it where the fire is, that is where the really underlying strength is. I'm in the DNA infusion brackets. We have a very amazing Pokemon trainer player from the Philadelphia area, Beast, who frequently, top 8s, or wins these tournaments from time to time. And he utilizes Charizard better than anybody else because he was a Charizard main back in Smash 4.
I believe
he's no stranger to the cheese factor.
I believe that currently Beast is still technically a solo Charizard main. He uses Charizard like at every opportunity he can, except when he's forced to a different Pokemon.
He never uses Squirtle.
I know for a fact he
will
never
always
uses
use Charizard.
Squirtle, and he only uses Ivysaur when Charizard dies and he needs to wait for the cooldown.
Not always. I mean, most of the time, yes, but he does actually have a really good Ivysaur. I've seen him close out a lot of stocks with Ivysaur. It's really just Squirtle that he literally never plays. So, shoutouts to Beast in that department. Definitely utilizes the cheese factor of Charizard better than any Pokemon trainer player I've ever seen. And right now, it's looking like Smallleft is not even going to need that cheese factor to be able to bring this game back and potentially close out the set. It's looking like Monopolyman is going to have to whip something out instead, as the Charizard is back out, switching to the Squirtle to avoid those up tilts, low profiling them actually. And now you see Monopolyman actually whipping those down tilts out to try to catch it instead. But just as I say that, Smallleft is going to switch back to the Ivysaur instead to make sure that is not a problem anymore. He's just throwing out these Razor Leafs, man, trying to force Monopolyman to make some sort of bad decision on his way in so he could potentially close out this game. Just condition him to do some form of bad option, or at the very least, just keep his distance from Ryu as well. I imagine he might just want to do that as well with the Razor Leafs, because obviously, Ryu is the kind of character you want to keep your distance from, especially as this percent slowly continues to rise for both players, but now he's got him off the level. This is it!
Oh, and there he goes. So let's watch this on replay, actually, because that was a very interesting set of interactions right there. So he tries to run away with Tatsumaki, gets caught by that forward air, then gets caught by the Razor Leaf, and while
look
he was
at that beautiful down air.
Yeah, great job right there to finish him off.
Absolute brutality, man. That was the scariest thing about that.